You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat, but you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc.
On ZocDoc, finding the doctor that's right for you is seamless. The quality care you need is just a few taps away in the ZocDoc app. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, yes, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient reviewed and fits their needs and schedules just right.
Go to ZocDoc.com/think and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/think. ZocDoc.com/think.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Think Loud Crew podcast. I did not do the intro because I honestly don't have it on my phone, and as you can see, Kyle and Shannon are not here. Shannon's not feeling well and Kyle's running late, but it's all good. We do have a special guest on today. I'm going to introduce Chad.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Chad is new to the podcast world, but he's definitely not new to social media or anything like that.
No.
My sister found him on TikTok, where you go viral.
Yes, that's me. I'm that guy.
He said, yes, that's me. I go viral. So Chad is, I don't want to say it wrong, so don't, hard of hearing?
Yeah, I'm hard of hearing.
Okay. So we're just going to jump right into it. My sister showed me your page, and she's like, I want to have Chad on the podcast. I told Chad the story that I've told you guys before about how I got, like, attacked when I was talking about baby sign language versus, like, ASL. So I thought it was pretty cool to have you on. I don't know much about the hard of hearing community versus the deaf community, and I'm guessing those are separate.
They're both the same thing, in my opinion, but, I feel like deaf people feel like some are welcoming and others feel like, nah, it's like they have to have their own separate group. So it's kind of like a yes and no answer.
So what's the I feel like this is another dumb question. What is the difference between deaf and hard of hearing?
So hard of hearing is like you can hear with like you have a hearing aid on. So like me, I'm hard of hearing. But then like without the hearing aid, some can identify saying like, oh, I'm deaf. Others may still say like I'm hard of hearing, just depending on the variety of their hearing loss.
Okay.
So like me, my right side and my worst side is I'm profound. So that's like very low, close to deaf. But like on my left side, my better ear is moderate. So it's kind of like in the middle.
Okay. So if you take your hearing aid out, could you hear me on the left side and not the right side?
I could hear just a little bit, but I can read lips. So like as long as you don't have a mask on.
So you hated COVID times?
Man, COVID was the worst of my life. Like I was like, man, really struggling trying to hear everybody because like they had the plexiglass. Some people had like double mask on, so it was like even worse. I was like, what? So I'm relying on voice. So like how loud you talk to me. So,
okay.
Like I had to like kind of guess what you're saying and then like put the words together in a sense like, okay, like this is what you're saying.
Dang. I never, to be completely honest, I feel like now I feel ignorant that I never thought about the mask and if someone was deaf or hard of hearing. But I do remember there was like clear mask.
Yeah. I had that, but it felt kind of strange because, like, as you're talking and when you're breathing sometimes, it starts to, like, fog up.
Uh-huh.
So, like, it wasn't clear when I'm speaking. Or, like, the person that has it trying to communicate with me, I was, like, kind of, like, guessing. Like,
so
trying
it was
to
a
read
guessing
their lips
game.
and articulate what they're saying. But, I mean, majority of the time they had, like, the mask on or, like, the helmet. Like, they had some weird stuff. They had, like, a helmet. They had, like, a brown paper bag. I was like, what is up with these people? They'd be trying to get all creative and stuff. Like, it was just different.
I'm done. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about you. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I have a younger brother and 2 older half sisters. I'm the only one that's hard of hearing on my mom's side of the family. But I found out recently I have a hard of hearing cousin, little cousin, girl cousin, on my dad's side of the family. So that's kind of cool to have
Yeah.
someone I can relate with.
Yeah. Were you? I'm just gonna apologize now if any of my questions are ignorant or not correct. So don't cancel me out.
Nah, don't cancel her. She
Don't
all right.
cancel
She
me,
good.
'cause I'm genuinely-
She's learning.
I'm
Don't
trying
worry.
to learn.
She's learning. That's all.
So I watched this cooking show. You're gonna be like, "What? Why do you have to set up the question like this?" But I watched
Right.
this cooking show, and I think it's called Bake Squad. And one of the ladies on there is hard of hearing, but she says that she got into like an accident, and then that caused it.
Okay.
So for you, were you born hard of hearing, or did something happen and then you became hard of hearing?
So, my mom was in labor with me for maybe about 17, 19 hours, I believe. And prior to for me coming out of her, it was about 2 hours before I came out. They said that my mom had a high fever. So they suggested her giving her medicine, which is called gentamicin, that caused my hearing loss. My hearing loss. And once I came out, they thought I was normal, but I had a hearing loss already just from the medicine. And everybody thinks I'm fine at this point, but when I went to school, I believe I was around like 3 years old, and I guess the teacher was trying to call me from behind me, but they said I wasn't being responsive. So when I wasn't being responsive, I wasn't being like...
But I thought they test babies at the hospital for hearing.
Yes, but at that time when I was born, they didn't test. So
I never knew that.
yeah, so I'm a 97 baby. So
I was about to say, when were you born? Hi. So mad. Traffic is
ugly, huh?
disgusting.
It's almost as ugly as your
My eyebrows?
voice.
Wow, that's cold.
I lost my voice. So this is day 3, and I actually sound great compared to like the last 2 days.
She
It's a work
sends
in
us
progress, you
voice
know.
notes on text, and literally me and Shannon are like, stop sending us voice notes, just text. Like,
You said tough one too?
yes. Okay, Kyle just got here, guys. But the topic we're on right now with Chad is
Testing.
I was asking him
know you
if
tested
he
97.
was
Yeah, I'm 97 baby, yeah.
born
Baby.
hard of hearing or if something happened and then he became hard of hearing. His mom was in labor for 17 plus hours. The last 2 hours, they gave her some medicine. That medicine caused his hard of hearing, which
Correct.
I just think is freaking crazy. Do we have a lawsuit?
I was going to say, was there a lawsuit?
I haven't filed a lawsuit just yet, but
Chad,
hey, I mean,
how do you say I'm mad at you?
I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at you.
She sent me a
sorry.
message this morning, and I recognized it. I was really happy. She sent a group chat. She was saying, dumb bitch.
I asked her if she was
said
gonna.
that this morning. I was like,
I
oh,
asked
there
her
she go.
if she was gonna stop to get coffee before she came, and she said, "No, I have to get gas."
I had to
And
get gas.
I took a video. I was like, "Yeah, okay."
She's like, you
I
got
was
nothing
like-
this morning.
I know that one.
Okay, we're getting off subject because I'm really interested because now I'm like, how is there not?
When did the testing actually start?
That's what I want to know
interesting,
now.
So
You were 3 years old. You
Yeah,
were
I
at
was
school.
3 years old.
Teacher called you from the back.
they tried to call me from behind, and I wasn't being responsive. So they told my parents, like, you're not being responsive when we call his name from behind, so you should get his hearing checked. So go to the audiologist, and then they said that I have a hearing loss. So when they told me that, and my parents were confused, like, where's that? How'd that come about?
Yeah.
So they were doing the research, and they said that the medicine that was given to my mom while she was in labor with me, that affected my hearing loss. So they said that gentamicin is the #1 case of hearing loss. So
Wow. Is
That's
it an
wild.
optional medicine? Like, is this a medicine that everybody gets, or I wonder?
If
Like,
it was something that it was a requirement.
right.
yeah, so they suggested it, but I mean, you don't have to
You
take
don't-
it.
Yeah,
But
you don't
Mhm.
know.
so
Though.
at that time, my mom didn't know, so she just took it.
Yeah.
So now like after that incident, it just made him more aware of what the doctors are giving to like my grandma or myself and like my brother as well. So they thought my brother had a hearing loss too, so they made him get a hearing test and have hearing aids just for a short period of time. But they realized, okay, he's fine. So
He just was listening.
yeah. They're like, that boy,
He was
all right.
just
He all right.
ignoring us.
But he
That
got
was
it.
like me in middle school. I really wanted glasses, and I lied on my sight test at school. There was nothing wrong with me. I just wanted glasses because I wanted glasses.
They gave it to you prescriptive? Like
Yeah, I had a quote unquote stigmatism. That was fine.
She was like, I wanted to just look cute. That's it.
It basically.
Not basically, Jesus.
She's like, I want the new style up in here.
I'm done.
Young
Okay,
and
so
ignorant.
is that even like is that even a lawsuit or is it just
It can be a lawsuit, yeah, most definitely, because I mean, they didn't inform my mom like what the side effect could be, a hearing loss. So
And if they now know, like, this is something that has caused
Right.
hearing loss in
Right.
babies in general, like, it's almost like with the Johnson & Johnson, like the baby powder, the talk and the baby powder, how it became like a class action lawsuit. So,
I mean, there's different ways to have like a hearing loss, like medicine, like meningitis, stuff like that. High fever can get you a hearing loss. So
okay?
a lot of people can have different things that can cause the hearing loss. So like mine, gentamicin. So it's
Have you
medicine, like-
met somebody else in the hard of hearing community that lost their hearing because of the same reason you have?
I can't recall, but I know most of them lost it at birth or
Mm-hmm.
just born deaf or hard of hearing. Some are like high fever when they be like in teens or like,
Oh wow.
so it's just, everyone is different. So you never know when you can lose your hearing, you know? So
Right.
it's interesting.
everyone has a different backstory. So,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Do you like telling your story?
I'm used to it. I mean, I tell like people, like everyone always wants to know, like when I went to college at the time, or like my coworkers, you know. So I mean, I enjoy the hard of hearing life when I have my hearing aids on and enjoy like in the hearing world. But then sometimes I don't like to hear it at all, so I just take them out.
Take 'em out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes like some noise could be too loud, or that could like ring my ears, or like my hearing aid will go off, and it's just irritating sometimes. So.
Mm.
Where
If
did
we were dating and we were in an argument and you took your hearing aids off, ooh.
Just know I did that one time to my mom. My mom said, "Oh hell no."
Oh hell no. I
My
would go
mom,
crazy.
She almost lost her goddamn mind.
I feel like that's like the ultimate, like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
listening.
like-
I'm not listening.
You say
I'm
what?
walking away.
I beg your pardon?
That's funny.
Oh my god.
I need like a giant like whiteboard. I would just start writing it out. Say, you gonna see this
Just
today.
You gonna learn
Imagine
today.
You're arguing with your man and he's like, yeah, goodbye.
You're like, I ain't heard nothing. I'm not gonna
literally
read
can't
nothing what
hear
you writing
you.
down. Definitely I'm going back to my room.
I'm all the way done. Oh my god. Okay, so you went to high school in LA.
Yeah, I did. I went to Palisades High School.
Okay, so you're from out here. She was like, where is he from? I was like, girl.
But he went to
don't
college in
know.
DC.
Okay, did
Yeah,
you
I
go
went
to
to college in DC.
what is it, Gallaudet?
Gallaudet University.
Oh, is it Gallaudet?
What
Yeah.
is that?
What was that?
What?
Oh, it's in DC. It's the deaf university. It's the only deaf university in the world.
Wait, I didn't know it was the only one.
Yeah.
So I just moved back from DC not too long ago,
Okay.
and it's near like Union Market or something.
Yeah, right. It's right across the
So
street
like
from Union
I,
Market.
I would see people all the time, and I'd just be like, hi. Like, I want to know so bad how to communicate because it's
Yeah.
like, why not? First of all,
Most definitely. I mean, it's a language that I feel like everyone should know.
yeah.
And then like they should have it like at least required for like middle school and high school or even college, so they
I
can know how to
agree.
communicate.
And like I'm very expressive. Like when I talk with my hands. And Cheyenne's daughter, Ryder, she talks with her hands too, to the
Right.
point where she thinks she is signing at times
Right.
because she's like,
But you know what the
This
thing?
is it.
Sometimes some people are so expressive when they use their hands. Sometimes they don't know they're signing. Like some words you actually gesturing is a sign. So some people don't know that.
Mm.
So like when I be teaching on my TikTok, some people are like, oh, that's like I used that sign before.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like an instant
Yeah.
without knowing.
You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat, but you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc.
On ZocDoc, finding the doctor that's right for you is seamless. The quality care you need is just a few taps away in the ZocDoc app. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, yes, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient-reviewed and fits their needs and schedules just right.
Go to ZocDoc.com/think and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/think. ZocDoc.com/think.
So because your college was the only deaf college in the world, was it hard to get into?
So
That's a good question.
mind you, I didn't know nothing about deaf university. I didn't know about deaf soccer players, nothing. Like, I play soccer, so I've been playing since I was 3. And one day, my mom met a player at an event, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my son Chad, he's hard of hearing," and he was like, "Oh yeah, bring him out." So, I was like, "Deaf people like play with soccer with me? Like, nah, I'm used to the hearing loss. I'm gonna play with them." I was adamant. I was like, "They're not." She was like, "You should give it a try at least." I was like, "All right." So, it was in Dallas, Texas. That was my first time, I remember. And I flew out, went in, next morning, I met the guys. I was like, "Damn, like, it's different." Like,
How old were you?
I was 19. This was
Okay.
2017.
Okay.
So I was 19, and mind, this was my first time flying by myself. So I was like, kind of like nervous. So
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now I have so many questions.
yeah, so it was different. So I was like, okay, now I gotta be like a real man, like learn how to find the gates and terminals and whatnot. So I go meet the guys. Everyone's cool. Like, they're all just like me, hard of hearing and deaf. Mind you, some of them are deaf. Like, they signing. I'm like, what are they saying? Like, I had no clue. I didn't know sign language at this time. So,
Wait. Stop.
Interesting.
You
Yeah.
didn't know sign language, and you went to Palisades, which, if you guys don't know, Palisades is not like a
Hard of hearing.
hard of hearing
It's
or
just a
Nah.
regular.
it's just a regular school.
right, I was mainstream all my life. So
He said I was mainstream all my life. This is the terminology that I'm learning right now. Is
Yeah.
very like.
So at 19,
Very
you
cool.
knew no sign language.
no. So
Did you know how to read lips?
yeah, I read lips. So
Back then, you could read lips also.
yeah, like
Oh, wait.
majority of the time when I talk to somebody like you guys, I'm looking at your lips. Like, I'm not even making eye contact. Like
Dang,
that.
I should have waxed.
Good thing you did. Like, I'm like, girl, you got a little mustache there.
Mine is here.
I'm like, did I wax lately?
I feel like a
Don't
real.
look too hard.
I feel like a real auntie when the hair grows in.
Don't look
Clean
too
that.
hard at our lips. Okay.
I need some lip gloss now. Come
So,
on.
right, I'm like, should we have
Draw
done
the attention
something?
down more to the left, like not to the right here. You know?
Okay, so at 19, you know how to read lips, but you don't know how to sign.
Yeah, I did not know how to sign.
When in terms of reading lips, was that something like a skill you had to develop or like be taught, or is it something you just like pick up with time?
I was self-taught. So as a kid, I was just always reading lips. So like I had to go to speech therapy because of my hearing loss. So when I was there learning, I would realize I was just looking at his lips. I was not reading his eyes. So I was like, okay, like this is something that
This
like
is
a
what I'm
habit of mine.
doing.
So
Yeah.
that just gravitates towards on, and then it just stuck with me from here on out.
No way. So when you met the soccer players, were they signing to you?
Some were signing. I was like, what the hell are they saying? Like, and then at the time we had an interpreter, so I was like, okay, cool. Like, she's like voicing, and then my coaches are hearing, so they could talk. So I was like, okay, cool. I can understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then I remember the first training, we were all about to start warming up, and they're like, all hearing aids and cochlear implants off. I'm like, what? Like, we playing deaf now? Like, this is not what I'm used to. Like, I'm got my hearing aids on at all time, so I can hear what's being said and whatnot. So they're like, hearing aids off. So I'm like kind of being slick, like keeping it on, practicing. And then they're like, you got to take it off. If you don't take it off, you could get in trouble, like playing in the real international friendly or Deaf World Cup, Deaf Olympics. I was like, oh, okay. So I took it off.
Mm-hmm.
Everything going fine. And then when practice over, I see everybody put it back on. So I was like, okay, so I can put it back on and hear what I'm normally hearing. So I was like, damn, this is like an eye-opener. Like, would have never thought I would be playing without my hearing aids. Unless it's like raining, then I'll take it off, yeah. But not during a real game, like when it's sunny out and against other players.
Yeah.
So,
During practice, were there like visual aids to help? Like, how does it?
there's not visual, but I know with football, like they have like a drum, like a beat. It's like you hit it so hard that the player can feel the vibration. So that will give them the sign, like, okay, you can attack or
To
whatnot.
stop. Because if you can't hear necessarily like the whistle, how do you know like to stop?
So with that, the referee in the middle has the flag, just like the referee on the side on both ends of the field. They both have a flag, but the referee has a flag in the middle. And like, for example, like if a player is dead or someone's hurt, whatnot, everybody put their hands up. So that means that's a sign of like, okay, stop what you're doing. Like something happened back then.
Did you say if a player is dead?
Like a play
Like
is
the
dead.
player is dead.
Oh,
the player.
I'm like, are
No.
people dying
She
in
said,
that
like,
much that
nah.
y'all know to put your hands up?
Nah.
He's dead.
She's like, everybody on the
Help
ground,
me.
put your hands behind your back.
I'm
Nah,
like,
not even like that, you know?
At first I heard what you heard, and then I was like, no, when the play is
Yeah.
dead.
Play is
okay,
dead. Nah,
'cause
she gone
I'm-
deaf too. That's crazy.
I'm about to get a hearing aid.
Oh man, she gotta get a hearing aid too.
I'm like, wait, did I hear that wrong? Okay, sorry.
So
Nah, you
funny.
getting away.
Shawnee's like, wait.
I'm like, hold on, what kind of soccer are you playing? Squid
like, this
Game
is
Squid
version.
Games,
This is different.
Hunger Games.
All right, so at what point did you learn sign language?
So after that training, there was a goalkeeper. He was an assistant coach at the time at Gallaudet University, and we were communicating. But mind you, we were texting because I didn't know sign. So that was a way of our communication. So the coach contacted me, and I was kind of like, what's this school about? So I had to like kind of do my own research, and I was like, this is different. Like a deaf university, I've never heard of it. I'm like, this all the way on the east side, East Coast,
And it's huge. Like, once
It's-
you're...
it's- I
well,
mean,
to me, it was big. Just because I would see the people, like, to me, it seemed like a big community.
yeah,
like,
it's definitely a big community, most
I don't
definitely.
know how big the school is.
Yeah,
but-
like it's like everyone knows everyone, you know, because most of them grew up together because they went to a deaf school together, elementary, middle school, high school, so they all know each other through that. And me, I'm new, so I'm like just barely learning about the community. So I go to visit, and it's small, so I'm like, this is different. Like, it feels like middle school vibe, but I mean, just based on what it looks like, it's
Yeah.
No, I
it's so
get it.
small, and it's different. And I'm like, everyone's signing. I'm like, wow, like this is different for me. So, I thought it was cool, and then I go back because I got accepted, and I'm like, okay. So my mom, my brother comes, and I remember first getting on campus because I had to go early for a program of learning ASL. So because it's like a beginning program, so by the time I get into my first class, like I'm gonna be learning more, but I know just the basics at that time.
Yeah.
So I go in, and then I go to my dorm, and I'm over here like hitting the button, like, all right, trying to figure out like is somebody gonna answer the door, and then I forgot I had a key, so I was like, all right, I'm opening it, and then as I just opened it, the dude opened the door, so I was like, what's up, bro? Just talking, like,
Yeah.
and he's like, what up, bro? I was like, oh, cool, I got somebody that can talk. So he was hard to hear, just like me, and we're both Jamaican. So I was like, all right, dope. So, so we got a good vibe. This
Yeah.
is all
He
the
said,
good
I could
chemistry.
do this.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, all right, he's talking to me.
For
Good.
sure. And then he played football. So I was like looking around in the room, and then I see a button by the door. So I'm like playing with it. And as soon as I hit the first time, the lights went off.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell? So I played with it again. I'm like, it's flickering. So I'm like, what's this do? And he was like, when you do that, that means someone's at the door. I was like, oh. So that was like an eye-opening new experience because I didn't know that could mean that, oh, someone's at the door trying to come in. But, you know.
This was almost like a whole new world for you.
Most definitely, but just me, I'm like a private person because I like to be in my own space. But like some people like to leave the door open or just the door unlocks, and I'm like, nah, this not it.
Yeah.
So so that experience was like, wow, like this is something new that I'm not used to.
Kind of going off of what you said in terms of it being a new experience, did you ever feel like ostracized or alienated?
I didn't feel alienated. I mean, just because like I had some soccer teammates that were just joining, learning ASL just like me. So I felt like, okay, like I can get along with these guys, and
did
we could like help each other out.
Did you feel like, oh, like here are my people, like here's a community where I'm learning things that like actually apply to me or can, I don't know if this is the way to say it, but like enhance your world and making it almost like here are the tools you need.
Yeah,
like,
most
in
definitely.
life.
Like it's another language added to my books, so I can communicate with my deaf friends and deaf soccer teammates. So like that definitely helped out because when I went back to my deaf national team, I could sign with them, you know, to have like actual conversations instead of like relying on the interpreter or just like trying to articulate my mouth so they can read my lips.
Okay.
So they could understand what I'm saying, you know. So
yeah.
I'm definitely like grateful and thankful for that opportunity so I can have that added to my books, another language. And
growing up, did your parents ever look at the idea of sending you to like a deaf school in LA for middle school or high school?
No, but I recall that I was in I believe it was like pre-K or something like that, and I was in a we call it oral lingua, and it was like a hard of hearing, like kind of like deaf school where we learned how to talk, but I remember that we didn't sign, so it was more of just like articulating and learning how to. It's like basically like speech therapy.
Yeah.
Something like that, and before that, I remember my mom was like. She took me to like an event or like a kid, deaf and hard of hearing kid, something like that along those lines. And we were both looking like, what the hell is this? Like everybody just signing, and my mom was like, nah, this not it. Like,
this is reminding me like our family vibes, right?
Like,
hey,
like,
kid, this is for you, but like, what's
my mom
going
was
on?
like, hell to the nah, he gonna talk. So I was like,
I think I like your mom.
Yeah. Do you think your mom would come on and like talk to us?
I mean, I could ask. I don't think she would have an issue with it. Just
because it's like I think it's really cool when you hear like your experience versus like as a parent. Because like I know for me sometimes I'm navigating new spaces and like I may hear someone who I'm like, oh, my kid's gonna be like this, or this is an environment my kid may be in. But it's like as a parent sometimes you need like that reassurance or just to hear other perspectives so that you can be like, hey, I'm either taking the right steps, or what did you think about your experience? Like, do you wish that you had maybe learned sign language earlier, or, you know, just, are there things that you wish or would have done different, or just now that you're aware of like what tools are available for like the hard of hearing and deaf communities?
I feel like it would be nice maybe, yes, early on in life to like know sign language, most definitely. But I feel like it's never too late, you know? So it's always like any language you learn is never too late, regardless of the age and that sort. So it's like there's people that be teaching in the different age ranges. So it's like that's dope because, you know, they're willing to learn and try to learn how to communicate with hard of hearing deaf people.
Does anybody in your family that is hearing, do they know sign language, or did they learn sign language to communicate with you?
No, like nobody knows sign. I mean, actually, I could take that back. I think one of my cousins know like the basics, just like finger spelling, you know. So it's cool. But I mean, I came from a hearing family, so I'm always talking with them. So
so you don't sign with them.
I just signed just to be funny. And they're like, "What you say?" I'm like, "All right, don't worry about it. You don't want to."
You don't have to learn.
Right, you have to learn. Like,
Catch on.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to know, how did you become TikTok famous?
So I believe this was like March or April, something like that. And before that, my friend Shahin, if y'all know, I'll be making videos with him, like ASO songs, skits, whatever trending on TikTok. And he kind of like encouraging me, like, "Hey, bro, you should teach ASL." And even my coworkers would encouraging me as well. So I was like, "Nah, like I'm not doing that. Like that's not me." And they're like being persistent. I was like, "They're not." I'm adamant. I'm not doing it. And they're like, "Come on, like it'll be cool." So I'm like, "Okay, let me just do it so they can get off my ass, whatever." So
What made you not want to do it?
I was just like, not. I didn't feel like it was something that I would want to post on my page. Like it was just something. It just didn't stick with me, you know. I mean, I can sign with people, yeah, but I didn't feel like it would draw attention, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was posting some sign video, but it wasn't doing. It was getting a little view, but it wasn't nothing major. And then I remembered Sunday, and I was gonna go to see Shaheem after, but I was at work, and mind you, I'm like signing in the corner, like when nobody's looking at me, and shit, like doing my little sign here and there, whatnot. And then I remembered I posted a video saying, "I will beat your ass."
Oh, I've
And then
seen
at
one
the
of those.
end, they wasn't expecting. I said, "Dumb bitch," and everybody was like, "Whoa, like that was uncalled for." I was like, "Damn, like."
Is
I said
that the
that.
dumb bitch video that is like pinned on your page?
Yeah, so that's a separate video. So
That one has like over like 13 million
Yes.
views.
yeah, because everyone kept asking, they're like, "How'd you say that?" Because I guess I said it so fast that the video cut at the end. They're like,
Hold
"Go
on.
back,
What
like
was
that?
we're trying to see what you said on that part." So I made a separate video, and then I remembered that video was already at like 600,000 that night. I was like, okay, it's gonna be like one of my old viral video back then. And wake up, it's already past like 1.5 million views in the morning. I'm like, damn, like what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
I said I got
okay,
something.
this is cool, whatever.
This
Just
is
thinking,
cool,
like, nothing.
whatever.
Yeah,
He's
I'm just
so
thinking like it's cool.
nonchalant.
Like,
He's like, all right, million
Yeah.
views, dumb
Dumb
bitch.
yeah, so I posted that, and I wake up, and I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. So later on, as I'm going about my day, and I'm still at work, mind you, and it's going out, it's like still getting views. I'm like, damn, okay, like cool, 2 million. Next day, 3.5. I'm like, okay, like
This is
still
doing something.
You just
it's
look at
doing
your
the
phone
job.
every
Like,
day.
I'm like, mind, I'm at work, like, oh, it's my notifications over 99 plus. I'm like,
He's
okay.
at work like, hey, yo, look. Look what I did.
Still coming.
Look what I did.
Yeah, and then mind you, my coworkers already saying it. And I'm like, dang, y'all learn that quick. Like,
Did you realize at the time you were going viral?
I didn't know, but as I was posting more videos throughout the day, and then even on my days off, I would post like even more. Like I would put in that crazy work, like
Yeah.
tons of video. And then I see my followers going up. I was like, oh, because mind you, I was at like 20,000 for like a long time. So I was like, oh, this is cool. 100,000 every day. I'm like, what the hell? Like this is not what I was expecting. Like 100,000 every day. And then
Your friend
this was-
Shaheem, was he looking at you like, damn, bro?
He's like, bro, like, I'm like,
What does this mean?
that means like
Like you taking
I'm
off?
going up, like I'm making progress. like, I'm
Okay, if you guys
developing,
are
know?
listening like in your car, at work, or in the shower, you need to watch the YouTube because Chad like low key signs. He's like hiding his signs, but
yeah, like my hands are like down here.
I feel like you want to sign, but you're like holding it in.
Don't be
I'm like, hold on.
shy.
So you can definitely sign while you talk because we do have a lot of viewers on YouTube that I feel like are gonna want to see you do something.
Something funny.
Do something
Oh,
funny.
I know funny. 'Cause
I know
you said,
funny.
oh, that's funny, dumb bitch.
I said,
No.
y'all funny.
I've shown my son sign language before. Like, we'll watch videos, but it's usually like older people or like white people. And
Yeah.
like, I think that representation really, really matters in this moment because for him, he was like, oh, can you take me back to that guy? Like, where's that cool guy who was doing the signs? And it made me really happy because, you know, some of them you're cussing and some, so I'm like really trying to weed through them as a parent.
Yeah.
And I think that was like one of my first comments to you. I was like, my son really likes your stuff, but I'm like, there's just so much, like, you know, people are asking him like, hey, how do you say this? How do you say that? And like, he'll do the responses. But I think that representation, it really opened up a whole world of me because I know a few people who are hard of hearing and deaf, but they were never within like the Black community. Okay. So when I saw your stuff, it opened me up to this whole world where I was like, here are the Black people. Like, no, because it's like,
I get what you're saying.
I'm always like, where are the Black people at? Like, I know we exist in these.
Hey, I'm here now. Like,
y'all, please, I'm about to be doing these signs all day. They're gonna be like, what is this girl doing? I'll be like, I hope I'm saying I'm hiding. But yeah, I think that representation really
is important.
It is so important, and in terms of like trying to inspire like the younger generation or even me, I was like, yes, Chad, like I didn't even know you.
She sends your page a lot. And then I'm literally in the bed like,
bro,
doing this shit. I'm like, bitch. Okay, bitch. All right. Now facial expression with it. Get mad with it. Like,
for real. Facial expression matters a lot. Like,
it does.
It shows a lot.
It carries that emotion.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like even in the last few weeks where I've been like, my thoughts have been crazy or like my communication's been off, like I'll go look at your page at times and I'll be like, okay, like it kind of gives me that little reassurance. Like I like to emote. I emote. Yeah. So it's like, these are ways that you can emote maybe like in a healthier way or like a constructive way for myself.
Right.
So thank you.
Of
like
course. No
I
problem.
truly appreciate you taking that step and posting and it's a lot. Cheyenne will tell you it's a lot to put yourself out there on the internet.
That's my next question.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've put myself out there
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on reality TV for the past, this year makes 9 years.
Okay.
So since I was 22, I'm 30 now. And why you look at me like that?
I thought you was younger. I didn't know.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay.
Oh, it's such a golden age.
At 25, I had 1-year-old, and
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was still a bad girl, but anyway,
yeah, our 25s were very different.
Ooh, I was wild.
I was walking away from a business, like
I was still fucking shit up. Anyway, how do you say fucking shit up?
Say fucking shit, and then you have to spell it out like U-P. Yeah.
Y'all, somebody come to my house today because we've had to do all these signs. Okay, but I put a lot of my business out there. I put all my business out there, honestly. Mm-hmm. And it comes with pros and cons, as I'm sure you know. And it's a lot of people ask, like, the biggest question, like, you know, what's your pros and cons behind it? But also, like, how do you react to the hate? And I get a lot of hate. And I'm sure that when you go viral, you get hate regardless of who you are or where you're at. Like, it doesn't matter if you were on TV. It doesn't matter if you were a stripper. It doesn't matter if you worked at McDonald's. If you go viral, you're going to get hate.
At all times. That's what I had to learn. I mean, I hit 1 million in 2 weeks. That's unheard of. So 1 million followers in 2 weeks. So
wow.
After that video went viral?
Yeah, so I was getting 100,000 every day.
Oh my.
So basically,
I'm about to learn how to sign and start doing some videos.
No, I wanted to do content with the kids. Like, I want the kids to really learn. And like, Chad, you're our guy. I don't know if you know this yet.
I appreciate that.
I'm not hitting 1 million followers in 2 weeks. This took me 10 years.
I mean,
and I'm barely holding on. I'm barely holding on. Chad,
I'm still trying.
I am. My TikTok is stagnant. 200,000. Can't go nowhere.
I mean, if I made it, then you're gonna for sure blow up.
Yes,
I'm about to learn some sign language.
I'm here for this moment right here. I'm excited. Like,
that's crazy. So, 1 million followers in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons of going viral?
You're gonna get hate. People gonna come out the light, like that thing, all kinds of reckless stuff in your comments. And what I do, block them.
Yeah.
Get off my comment.
Is that how you
Get off my
handle the
life.
hate? Is blocking them?
Yeah, because with like deaf people, like I made my mistakes in signing. Like I already admitted, like I take full responsibility in my signs that some of them are wrong. Yes, because we all not perfect in this world. Like we all make mistakes.
Hearing people use incorrect words every day. I saw there was a video where people were giving you slack because you shared a sign incorrectly.
Yeah,
And it made me upset because I'm like, we write and we speak and we say the wrong stuff all the time.
Right.
And people aren't like, oh my God, how dare you use the wrong word altogether.
right.
So it really kind of made me get upset with other people. I don't even know how I got down this whole rabbit hole of you one day.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why are you guys upset? Just be happy that he's like even bringing he's sharing it. Like
Right.
you guys aren't teaching us the signs or making it interactive. You're not answering the questions or taking the time to
Right.
show people, rather than attack you, be like, hey Chad, actually we prefer to use this sign for this word. I was like, there's just so many other ways that people can communicate and get their point across without tearing people down.
Yeah, so I agree with you because a lot of people, especially in the deaf community, they feel like I'm using the ASL for clout, and I'm just like, I've been doing the same thing what I've been doing from the start, and I'm definitely still doing. I'm definitely helping out.
Yeah.
I'm not using ASL for clout. I make money, but it's just I'm trying to make it universal. I'm trying to
Bridge
have
the
people
gaps.
like you
Yeah.
guys, hard of hearing. Hearing. Communicate with a deaf and hard of hearing person when that interaction comes. You know what to say. Even though I say bad words, you could say it without the bad words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help you guys have a conversation without writing stuff on the paper. All hands. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gesture, sign, facial expression. You know. So that's what I do in my video. Yeah, even though it's a little sassy, whatever. But I'm it's come on now. I'm not doing that for ASL, for clout at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
And
kind of
even if you were, who cares?
Don't be mad. He did it first. No.
Who cares?
Right.
It worked. I feel like you found something that worked for you,
Yeah.
and you are growing with it, and you would be dumb to not use your platform right now.
at all. That's why I'm here.
So I say go for it. And
I
I
say
think
keep
regardless if you do all the signs correctly in the whole wide world, or if you mess up a few, they're still going to be mad at you.
right.
There's
most
still be
definitely.
people that are going to hate because of whatever reason, jealousy, they didn't do it first, they don't look as cool when they sign. There's all these different reasons.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I think it's just interesting to hear that you get a lot of hate, or not a lot of hate, but that
A lot.
a lot of hate from the deaf community.
Yeah, I feel like with the deaf community, it's just so much, but I feel like they need to work on. Well, it's the habit of them, but I feel like they need to work on approaching people, like how a hearing person would approach, hey, such and such in private or in a private setting or a private conversation or over text, whatnot. But with deaf people, they like to bash you and mock you and say all these reckless stuff in the comments or make a whole video saying all the hateful stuff to you, and it's just it's annoying, but it's damn, it's just a lot of jealousy because they don't want to see you shine, but at the same time it's just I feel like they should do better. There's a lot of different things that in the deaf community that I don't like, and I feel like they need to change those habits. So
It's almost like they feel entitled to the
right, I feel
language
like
in a
with
way.
me, they feel like it shouldn't be taught, whatnot. But I'm I'm trying to make it universal. I'm trying to have the hearing people learn. So when they talk to you guys, it's it's easier way to communicate. Even though you may not sign fast, you're just still learning. It's just you're learning the basic small steps to and grow from that.
Yeah, not be nervous. I was telling Cheyenne earlier that there was I met a man and he was deaf. It was him and he has a twin brother.
Okay.
And from birth they're both deaf.
Wow. Okay.
And he asked me out on a date, and I was like, I froze.
You felt
I froze because I was like, bro, if we're out, in my mind, I was like, if we're out on a date, how are we going to communicate? Like, I don't want to just stare at you the whole time. Like, I don't know you like that.
You didn't know like the basics at the time, or like?
Like, I can finger spell, and I
Okay.
know like some things, but it was still like, I'm not about to sit here and finger spell for an hour and a half of like, is this a P or is this a Q? Like,
Right.
and then I was like, I don't want to text back and forth. Like,
Right.
I felt so small in that moment where I was like, sign language is accessible to me. Like, if
Mhm.
I really wanted to, like, I could go learn some things.
Right.
I had to say no, and I kind of like disappeared just because I felt like I didn't handle it correctly, because I
Mhm.
was like, I didn't know what to do in that time. And yeah, so I always wonder about like dating within like the community. Like, do people stay within the community? They venture out? Like, how does this work? Because I know someone else who was actually raised by 2 deaf parents,
Okay.
and like they had a very, it's very interesting
So a coda, like they're hearing. Or they're deaf
experience.
as well?
Both of the parents were completely deaf,
Uh-huh.
and they had like 3 sons.
Mhm.
And they're all hearing. And,
Oh, they're coders. Yeah.
Yeah. You said coded?
It's a coda, so that means a
Coda.
child of a deaf adult.
Oh, I watched that movie.
Yeah.
It was so good. Did you guys talk about it earlier?
No, but
I
it's just
see
the
it,
way
yeah.
you reacted.
Oh
Yeah.
no, because it was so eye-opening. Like, if you have not seen
I seen
Coda,
it.
go see Coda. Go watch Coda.
What is Coda on?
You could watch
I
it.
don't know,
I
one
think
of those
like
streaming
prime time or
services.
something,
Okay.
something like that.
I've never
I
heard
seen
of it, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, it was showing like the experience of like, a child of
A deaf adult.
a
Okay.
deaf adult, and it was
Hold on, we're straying away from the number one question.
sorry,
How is dating in your world?
ignore me.
Like for Chad, do you like to date people that are hard of hearing, or do you date? Does it matter to you?
My ex was hard of hearing, and I didn't know. I thought she was hearing.
Wait.
until-
Hold on. You have to back up. What do you mean you didn't know?
Did she try to pull a
So-
quick one on you?
I didn't know until she told me like probably like a week later, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't have an issue with it, but I was kind of like surprised because she like spoke well and stuff like that. So, I mean, dating in the deaf and hard of hearing community, in my opinion, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I feel like they're just hoes. Like, they just like, I'm just being honest. Like, they be fucking and smacking and all this. Like,
Are the girls in
both.
your
It
DMs?
go both ways, guys and girls. I'm just like, damn, like, you hit that? And you're like,
Wait,
oof.
hold on. The girls are in your DMs, or the guys are in your DMs?
What was that?
Are the girls in your DMs?
Oh, I mean, hearing girls, yeah, not the deaf one. No,
Oh.
I mean, because of what's going on right now.
Oh,
no.
so they're like, I know we can't play with
I
Chad
mean,
right
some,
now.
yeah, I'll say some hard of hearing and some deaf, yes, but not like a giant amount, no. But
So who's the hoe? The hard of hearing girls or the non-hard of hearing girls?
All of us.
Or all of
Damn.
all of them?
All of
I mean, you
them.
can
I'm
say,
a wife.
I mean, that all
So
of
you're a
me,
wife
yes,
now.
but
Well, I'm not a hoe, but I'm like,
I'm a wife,
I have a whole
and
phase.
I know that when I became a wife, my hoe phase, my hoe-ness got deleted. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It
I
said,
wasn't talking about me
"Ew."
as a hoe. I was saying, who's the hoe? Are they all hoes?
everybody, hoe, like,
Everybody's
everybody,
a hoe.
like,
I'm
I'm
dying.
like, damn, like, I mean, I like, it's crazy because my friend, I remember, he told me the story, like, they're all in, this was sophomore year of him, it was sophomore year for him, and they all had, like, condom wrappers on top of it. Let me tell you, they're different, okay? So,
They different.
so they had condom, like, all stripped on the ceiling of the bathroom. So they'll take one down knowing that they're going to hit. So at the end of the year, they said they had like at least 6 of them left. I was like, damn, like, y'all was tearing it up. Like, like whoa, like.
Are these things we're gonna hear from our sons?
Ew.
Oh my gosh. I went to an all-girls school, and we were raised in a family full of women, and I
Uh-huh.
have 2 sons. She has a son. So, like, is this what's
Man.
gonna happen?
I
You
don't
you
want
better
to
pay
know.
attention.
Ew. So are you dating right now? Are you in a relationship? Are you single?
I'm single.
You said I'm single.
I'm not dating. I don't have no girlfriend.
No kids.
No kids. Zero. So I'm grateful for that. Like, you know, I have a lot of friends, or I should say most, that have kids right now. So, I mean, it's just hard to hang out and make time for each other, you know? So,
Yeah.
How do you spend your time?
TikTok. I play soccer, of course. Just I'm chill. Like I'm usually at homebody, but I go out like once in a while, you know.
Okay.
But like when I go out, like people recognize me, or like even Shahin. So I'm like, that's cool. But
Yeah.
I don't let fame get to me. Like I'm still the same humble person. Like
Good.
so, yeah.
Good.
Good.
Chad, where can people find you on TikTok?
You can find me at CH2ADCRB. CRB stands for Certified Rude Boy.
I like this.
So is TikTok your main social media platform, or are you on other platforms?
TikTok my main, but I have like Instagram and Twitter. I don't hardly use Twitter, but like Instagram, I use that. And I have a YouTube account, but I don't post on there. But they're all the same name, CH2ADCRB. So that's
All right.
my username for all of that.
This.
So every week, the way we end our podcast is we ask each other or guests to share either advice, and it can be any kind of advice you ever want to give, or whatever your WTF moment of your week was.
Your what the fuck?
What the fuck moment. Do you want to start, or does anyone else want to start?
Well, I'll start with my WTF. My
Okay.
voice is gone.
That's
Like,
sad.
That's sad. Yeah, the last 3 days I've been on a struggle, and this is the best it's been in the last 3 days.
Yes.
At least you're making progress. That's a good thing.
Yes.
I'm trying to say some good light over here.
Thank
Like,
you.
come on now.
I've had to listen to this voice for the last 3 days, and it does sound better.
It sounds
so
way better.
I am proud of
way
your
better.
progress also.
Yeah. Like, I was nervous today, to be honest, because I wasn't here last week because I was under the weather.
Right.
And I was like, dang, I can't not be here again. I was like, they're just going to get raspy voice and all. But I kind of feel like my sister, Cheyenne, used to have this very raspy voice growing up.
They
Oh,
thought
yeah?
I was going to be a jazz singer.
A jazz singer.
Wow.
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm
A
so
whole
sorry.
different person from
A
that.
whole different person.
But yeah, Cheyenne sounded like this in real life
Yeah.
for like
Years.
decades.
For years.
I've been like, ooh, like.
Who's that? Okay, that's
me.
all.
Chad, do you have a WTF, or do you have advice you want to give?
I feel like my advice is haters gonna hate. They're gonna keep shining your name in your light. The more they talk about you, the more you're doing great. So that's my.
I like
I
that.
like that.
I like that.
What you got for us, Shy?
You know what's crazy is on the way here, I was in an Uber because my car is in the shop, and I was really thinking, like, do I have a WTF or do I have advice?
Hmm.
And I could not think of a WTF, which I think is strange sometimes.
We had a great weekend. I lost my voice because we had a great weekend. I did. I didn't need a WTF.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
was
was
so
Ace's
happy.
birthday this weekend. We had a good party for him. He had a lot of fun. The boy got way too much shit. Way too much shit.
Too much.
And I really couldn't think, like, what my WTF is. Mind you, Ryder's been at her dad's house, and she's normally, like, my WTF moment because she does something crazy or says something crazy. So I'm just, right now at home, it's me and Zach and Ace, and we're just looking at each other, and I'm just looking at them, and they're just looking at me. And we're just fucking
You're like,
staring at
"Ah."
the ceiling. But I guess it would be advice. So we've been being really consistent with going to therapy. And I just want to say, like, your mental health is so important. And I feel like I'm finally at this place in my life where I'm prioritizing my mental health. Like, I think my priorities have always been, like, being a good wife, being a good mother, being a good friend.
Being a
And
good daughter.
Putting all my
yeah.
energy into, like, everything else but myself.
Right.
And I am proud of myself for, like, putting energy back into myself because I've realized I can't be a good all of these titles if I'm not good, like, mentally. So therapy has really been helping, and I've even tried hypnotherapy. Have hypnotherapy after this also. And when I told everybody I was doing hypnotherapy, everyone kind of was looking at me like, are you going to quack like a duck? Are you going to bark like
No,
this? And I was like,
so hyped.
I'm like, no, I'm not quacking or barking. But if she told me to bark, I probably would. But, like, that's not what I'm
Damn.
doing.
What kind of dog you like?
But
Chihuahua.
it's been really cool. So I say that to say, like, if traditional therapy is not something that you think is for you, there is other type of therapies that you can do. So, like, don't just naturally think, like, movies how therapy is in like
talk
the
therapy.
movie.
Yeah.
There's so many other forms of therapy. So just take care of yourself and your mental health. It's just so important.
I think we should actually have an episode where we talk about different type of therapies, because like Cheyenne was even talking about how like Black men, like talk therapy isn't always like
Their number one
the
option.
number one option.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's like active ways of doing therapy. So you may have talk therapy, but you may be walking around a track
Mhm.
to where it's like you're still comfortable, you're still moving. It's
It's
not
like
just
activity-based
Yeah.
therapy. So there's so many
There's
things
a
out
lot.
there. You just have to like do your research on it, honestly. But that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Yes.
But I am so appreciative that you came on. You guys go and show Chad some love on his TikTok.
Please go learn
And-
something today.
Yeah.
Like give yourself a treat and learn something. Teach your kids, share with a friend, and like
Go leave some hearts on his
Yeah.
page because it seems like he's getting a little bit of hate right now.
Yeah.
And we have a crew that will argue with your crew.
yes,
So-
we do.
Oh, I got a lot of followers that got my back. so-
Yes.
Good.
Isn't that, before we end,
Isn't that cool?
doesn't that feel good? There's sometimes where I'll see a hateful comment and someone will be like, you're not going to say anything, you're not going to delete it. I'm like, I'm just going to wait like an hour. I'll come back and they're like,
10
somebody
messages
that has
underneath.
gone back and forth and did it for me.
Like literally, I posted a video yesterday about the bad words and stuff like that, and then everyone's like, "Fuck them," and we
Yeah.
don't care what they say. If they don't like it, keep scrolling. Like we asked for what you could say for us. I mean, we could say it without the vulgar words, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're just asking for what you can give us. So
Yeah.
we're grateful for that. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's always cool to
it's
see
a
people
great
have your
feeling for
back.
that, most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
I'm
a
here
good feeling.
for it. I want to keep it going.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to follow us at the Think Loud Crew on Instagram and on YouTube, and check us out on all podcast platforms. Don't forget to check out Chad. Go leave him some hearts. Let him know that you're from the Think Loud Crew. Tell his crew about our crew, and follow me at Shy Not Shy.
And you can follow me at RKyleLynn. And don't forget to turn on your notifications.
That
You're
cut out. I was like, she said,
Subscribe.
I was like, what?
Go leave some
Okay,
reviews.
Chad said, I can't hear
She
what,
cut out. I was like,
what did you just say? All right, I'm done.
Thanks, guys.
later, y'all.